G'day guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make one of these. It's the pro version of the DIY Spar bar, and the reason I call it the pro version is because it's got ball bearings inside of there, and that makes for really smooth rotations. Now make sure you stick around to the end because I'll tell you how to make the platform rock solid, and that's really important for this baby. I want to start with the pole and base. For the pole, I'm using a galvanized steel pipe, which is 1/2 inch in diameter and roughly chin height. And that pipe will screw into a flange, just like this. It's a 1/2 inch flange, and that flange will go onto an MDF board. An MDF board like this, and it'll go roughly sort of there with your weight in the middle of it. For my weight, I'm using these 10-litre water containers I got from the supermarket for a couple of bucks each. Now I've got 3 of these water containers weighing down the platform. Really, you only need about 2. That makes 20 kilos of weight holding it down, and that should be sufficient. Now you can actually adjust the height of your pole by using a small section of pipe at the bottom to connect the longer section to it. Just like that. Once you've got your platform set up and your pipe, you need to create the swivel. So to make the swivel, you can use a T-joint like this or a cross joint like this one. Now I prefer this one because I can have a counterbalance arm on one side. For the ball bearings, I've chosen ball bearings that fit inside of there, and I've actually had to tape around the ball bearings to make for a snug fit. Now I've wrapped 2 sections of tape where the ball bearings will sit. Now I can slip this on. Now at the bottom, I've actually taped around an extra layer to stop the bottom ball bearing from moving downwards. Okay, so now both ball bearings are nice and firmly on the pipe and the swivel is ready. For the arm, I'm using a section of PVC pipe that fits into this joint, and I've attached a section of pool noodle that I've slit lengthwise and connected to the arm using cable ties. This allows me to move it up and down to extend the arm or shorten it. Now what I want to show you is a way to attach the arm so it doesn't come off when you're training. I call it a pin system. It's basically got a pin, and I've drilled a hole through the joint and through the arm, and the pin goes into that hole. When you want to remove the arm, you take the pin out and you can separate the arm from the joint. Now I've also got a small section of pipe on the opposite side, and that's just to help counterbalance the arm when it's spinning at fast speed. And lastly, I've got a basketball and a plunger taped onto it with duct tape, and I'm not going to use the handle of the plunger, so I'm pulling that out and I'm going to basically put that on top. Now in my case it actually fits perfectly. In fact, I can screw this on nice and tight. Now I can punch the ball if I wanted to, but the main purpose of the ball up there is to dampen any vibration that occurs when you're punching this thing. Now the last thing I wanted to show you is how to make the pole rock solid so that when you're punching it, this thing doesn't wobble. Now I'm going to grab the camera to be able to show you this. Okay, so what you're looking at here, this is actually a 2 punching bag platform. So I've got a reflex bag, the heavyweight one on this side. And then on this side, to support my DIY Spar bar, I have actually got a chair. I've got 2 10-litre water bottles on top of the chair, and they're strapped to the chair. And then the chair, or the pole, is strapped to the chair using a belt. You can see there, the belt's gone around the pole a couple of times, and that's just strapped to the chair. So the back of the chair actually holds that nice and firmly in place. So it's nice and easy, nice and simple, and I don't have to destroy the chair, I'm simply using it. Woo! Alright. Okay, well that's it for this week. Now make sure you subscribe and tick the bell because you don't want to miss out. There's heaps more stuff coming up, including a modular punching bag that I'm working on, which is comprised of sections that you can mix and match. Man, it's going to be unreal. So stick around.